SusTV. We got the cool news. SusTV. We got the news for the cool kids. Hey there, I'm Andrew Ortega, and you're watching SusTV. All your local.
I'd just rather hang myself than put that on camera.
Hello, I'm Andrew Ortega, and you're tuned into SusTV. On today's edition of Local Legends, we're going to be talking about Mr. Jonathan Young. Jonathan Young is an Oak Park native who has received years of experience in the field of broadcasting, who now owns his own company where he films commercials and film projects for commission. While it's easy to assume that Mr. Jonathan Young knew exactly what he wanted to do with his career choices, he too at one point was a high school student that had no idea. Here's what he had to say on the subject.
When I was going to this high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just was trying to graduate and get out of school. And went to high school here, I graduated. Didn't have a lot of plans for college, was just gonna get a job and move out and get my own apartment. I was looking forward to that. And I started working, I got out of school, I started going to Triton, and I started working at UPS, and it was just miserable. I hated it. And I said, gosh, I have to find something to go to school for, because this is gonna be miserable, packing boxes every day. And so when I was going here, I was in back then it was called the AV department, and it was nothing like this. It was just, we had film projectors and the old big beta decks, and we delivered them to the different classrooms when they were showing films and stuff. So I worked in this AV department, and right before I graduated, they started to upgrade this, but it was nothing like this. I graduated in 1989, so a lot of you probably wouldn't have been born yet. But it was nothing. You guys got a state of the art. We didn't have any of this.
Now, when Jonathan Young was in high school, he had absolutely no idea what field of business he would go into. His main goals were to graduate, get a job, and move out of his parents' house. When he hit a wall in finding a career path, it was actually his father that pointed out to him that he used to have an admiration for film and media. Here's what Mr. Young had to say about that time in his life.
When I was in high school here, I had a video camera that my parents had bought me, and I used to always just videotape stuff around the house. My sisters and brothers, the dog, all kinds of stuff. So when I was trying to decide what to go to college for, my father gave me the idea, well, why don't you do something with video? You know, you always like to use the video camera, and you always like to do stuff.
Son of a b****. He then went on to tell us about his experiences in the work industry after graduating from Lewis University. It was this graduation from Lewis University that helped land him a job at Channel 50, where he worked for 8 years. After working for Channel 50 for 8 years, he then bounced on to Channel 32 and then to Channel 39. Here's what he had to say about those experiences.
Graduated from there and got a job at a TV station. The first job was at a TV station here in Chicago, Channel 50. I worked there for 8 years, and then I left there and I went to Channel 32, downtown WFLD, and I worked news there. And then I left there, worked a little bit at Channel 9, WGN, and over all of the years between working in television, and I've worked in the sports department, in the promotions department, in the news department, all doing technical stuff like camera, shooting that.
And finally, Jonathan went on to talk about what it was like to start his own business in 2010.
In 2010, I started doing my own company, and I left the TV stations and I opened up my own business, and I started out doing corporate video.
In conclusion, Mr. Young is a hardworking individual who managed to make a career out of doing what he loves. It just goes to show that you can go from pushing boxes for UPS to being your own boss if you have the smarts and the willpower to do it. This is Andrew Ortega, signing off for SusTV. And stick around, we have an exclusive interview with Mr. Derek Purvis himself. Here's a photo. How do I shut this thing off?